welcome to Above the Mark, where we take you from the soil to the office and everywhere in between.
We're your hosts, Jack and Troy, bringing you real conversations on farm leadership, rural life, and the big issues shaping modern agriculture.
Whether you're knee-deep in the field or just ag curious, there's something here for you.
So let's dig in and aim a little higher.
Well, we're back with another episode of Above the Mark podcast.
This one will be entertaining, without a doubt.
Yeah, I'm feeling quite outnumbered today. And
Just remember, you asked for this.
I asked to be on a podcast, yeah.
Yeah.
There was some fine print that I didn't know about. And here's the fine print.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, I was like, we were asked. We didn't ask for this.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna see where this one takes us, Jackie. This is for everybody out there. I want everybody to know that Jackie is responsible for these people. Any complaints can go to her.
There we go. I never have my ducks in a row. Just know that.
Yeah, it's
Your hard ducks to keep in a row.
Yes. Yeah. So, and that's who we have with us today, right? So we're gonna do a couple segments on getting to know Mercer Landmark and our team and who we are. So today we're gonna start with the grain advisors. We have Virginia and Destinee with us. So we're just gonna have an open conversation about who we are and what we do and what your passion is, on a day to day. So Virginia, tell us something about you. Who are you? Where are you from?
Yeah, so I am Virginia Missler. I am from the Van Wert area. I've been with Mercer for going on, I think, 13 years now. Time flies when you're having fun. And I absolutely love what I do. This is something that I've been working towards for a very long time. And I identified pretty early in my career that this was a goal of mine, was become one of the grain marketing advisors here. So yeah, it's a little bit about myself, I guess.
So
work related.
Where did you start at with Mercer?
Yeah, so it's a lot of people don't know this. A lot of people remember me from my convoy days. I actually started part-time at Payne. Basically, I always call myself a gopher. Go for this, go for that kind of thing, a little bit of a runner. So started out up there, learned a lot from the team up there, and then had the opportunity to go work at Convoy full-time. And I just decided that I was ready to enter the workforce at that point in time, and that's where I ended up. And I've been kind of all over the place in the company. I've been, Payne, Convoy. I was down at MPS in Salina for a while, then come back up to Laddie. So it's really, really helped me kind of see the big picture being across the company. So yeah,
That's great. And how many years have you been doing the grain marketing?
I want to say this is year 3.
Yep.
Once again, time flies when you're having fun. I couldn't believe it. I was thinking about that the other day, that it's been 3 years already. So.
Do you feel like you moved around because you wanted to move around, or because nobody wanted to keep you?
That's always the running joke, that's up for debate. But no, I just think it was, opportunities kept popping up for me, and it was really hard for me. I'm the kind of person, I like just kind of being agile, and kind of learning a little bit about everything. So it was just the opportunity came up, and I'm like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. That's fantastic. All right, Miss Destinee.
Yeah, so I am from the Fort Recovery area. Been in the industry for going on 7 years here. I'm gonna say actually, been with Mercer Landmark for 1 now. And yeah, I've been in the grain marketing side of things for going on, I think almost 4 years now. Yeah, this time. So,
Okay.
yeah.
It's awesome. So tell me what it is. So you've been doing this for 4 years. What do you love about being a grain marketing advisor?
I absolutely love talking to the customers that I work with, getting to build a relationship with them, because sometimes you're their therapist or sometimes you're advising on the grain. And I love the different conversations, and no 2 days are the same by far. So.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah. I guess, for me, it's just the, being able to give somebody a solution to a problem, because I'm very much a problem solver. If somebody gives me a problem, I want to give them a solution. So that's always what I guess I really enjoy about it as well. Obviously the relationships are great too.
Yeah.
So, but the problem solving aspect's great.
Yep.
All right.
I guess so. What's something about your job that I think people probably know that you guys, for the most part, that's what you're doing, right? You're on the phone, you're talking to people.
Yep.
But what is something that maybe people wouldn't know that you guys do? Something that they'd be surprised to learn that you guys are involved with, or that you guys do?
Yeah. I don't know, that therapist comment that you
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like you're kind of like joking, but it's actually the truth. I feel
Yeah.
like, I mean, we talk a lot of people off the ledge sometime, when they're, maybe the market's, something's going on, things are kind of bumpy, like we've been seeing, here lately, and just kind of talking them off the ledge saying, okay, we need to stay grounded, we need to stay focused kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I think that's a part of it, at least for me, that I don't think people realize that we do a lot of that.
And
Yeah.
that's an important thing to talk about
Yeah.
too. I mean, obviously farmers understand it. I think we understand it. But general community around agriculture, but isn't part of agriculture, doesn't understand, like, it is a very rough time right now.
Yeah.
And just having someone to talk to that's going to say, hey, it's all right, we're going to figure this out together and kind of work through that is
Yeah.
like really important right now.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
mean, it's more than just advising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we are going more than just advising about the grain markets. Like, we are here for you. Seriously.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we really are here for you.
Really.
Because
Yeah.
if you're
Care.
hurting, like, I don't know, it definitely sucks on our end for you too.
Yeah.
So,
Sure, yeah, because we care about our growers being able
Yeah.
to be successful.
So has it surprised when you guys are talking to your customers? I always feel like one of the things that sets us apart with being part of the team at Mercer Landmark is because our job truly is to work with the grower and help them develop marketing plans and focus on their profitability, right? We're not just out here buying bushels.
Yes.
So how often does it surprise a grower when you're talking to them and you say, hey, you know what? One of our facilities is not the best value for you. Here's where you should be going. Does that surprise them?
yeah, yes and no. I mean, at the beginning, people are probably like, some of the guys are like, what? I'm like, no. I mean, if it makes sense for you logistically and that's the best opportunity for you, absolutely go there. You're crazy not to, because I'm not going to just try to be selfish and gobble up all your bushels as much as possible. I mean, if it doesn't make sense, I'm not going to tell you to come to
Well,
Exactly.
yeah. And I think that that's a unique thing. I think there's a lot of places, and I shouldn't say a lot of places, there's just a lot of people in the world in general that
Yeah.
they give you advice, whether you want to hear it or not. It's their advice, and that's how it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it can be challenging probably to not always be the one that wins that.
Yeah.
But it comes down to, what's going to be, we're in it for the long term, right? We talked before on the podcast about what we do in the next 5 years,
Yes.
what determines the next 50 years.
Yeah.
And I think that that's part of that.
Yeah.
Like we're looking at the long-term benefits of what this relationship could do with the grower.
Yeah.
And I think that builds trust.
Yeah, I
I
was
mean,
gonna
that's a huge thing on,
Yes,
I feel like, especially on the marketing side, is to build that trust
for sure.
with
Yeah.
growers.
So that's our goal, right? Is to be that trusted advisor for
Yeah.
our growers. And so that goes past, like you said, kind of that selfish notion. I always tell them, hey, obviously I want your grain coming into our facilities, but I am not going to tell you something that goes against,
Yes.
basically what can make you profitable.
Yeah.
So it's definitely usually a little bit of a shock the first
Yep.
time you have that conversation with somebody and you say, yeah, absolutely, that's what you should do.
Yeah.
And they're like, wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess on the side of giving advice and guys calling in and whatnot, I have customers or growers that I work with that one day I talk to them and say, well, I talked to Jackie, and the next day they say they talked to Virginia. I guess, what is the kind of that what's the word?
The dynamic there.
Dynamic, yeah, the grain team, right? Like
Yeah.
it's kind of an evolving thing of it's not just this person or that person, and
Yeah.
how does that work? And I guess, do the growers like that? I mean, is it a good thing? It's different than how we do it on agronomy.
Right. Yeah. And I personally think it's a good thing. I know me and Jackie have several customers that are that way because it just establishes more trust across the company, not just to that one person.
Yeah.
So I just think that makes sure, if Jackie goes on vacation or whatever that
Which
is,
she
I go on
likes to
vacation.
do.
Yeah.
Long
Which honestly
extended
is fair.
periods of time.
That is
Hey.
so fair.
Life is too short. Take your PTO. Okay.
Yes,
That's
I
the way I
agree.
spend that. No.
Yeah. Absolutely. For sure.
Destiny's husband, please take her on vacation. I'm sure he's gonna listen to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it just
Mama needs a break.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, I just think that it makes a more seamless experience for the customer. So they're not just stuck, waiting for somebody to come back from their PT or whatever that is. They have multiple points of contact that they trust. And then, like I said, it just establishes, I think, the trust for the company, not just the individual too. And it's the mentality that it's Mercer's customer, not Jackie's customer, my customer, Destiny's customer kind of thing. So
And then on a flip side, it helps for us to feel comfortable to go on vacation,
Yes,
leave the
yes.
stress, so then that we can be complete for our growers when
Sure.
we come back.
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
'cause that's- it is
That's
important,
huge.
right? To
Yeah.
recharge.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. So you get to take that break. You take your time off. Shut down your phones, your computers,
Yes.
and just especially in the year that we're in right now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we all know that this is a challenging year in agriculture. We have heavy conversations every single day, so it's just as important for us to take care of ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's unique, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that you guys are like that. That's not. I'm not a grain. So that's not normal for every place to be like that,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
and I would assume that that's made, the relationships within your team better, right?
For
You're
sure.
not.
We have the most fabulous team ever.
Yeah.
I mean,
We are a load of fun.
Yeah. So claimed. Let me add.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think we're pretty funny. We're
Hilarious. I guess so. And with that, what's a favorite memory story? Something you guys can share that's appropriate for a podcast. That you have with your team. Maybe it's not even on your team. It's just anybody that you've worked with doing UCAs. I mean, what's a anything?
I don't know. Just this job in general, just going out and meeting that grow for the first time. The amount of things that you can find out in 5 minutes with someone. If you one, shut up and listen, which is difficult.
Yeah.
Like I have a hard time with that. But two, just asking those questions, just open-ended questions, and seeing how much that they can just
Yeah.
give to you. And a first meeting, which
Yeah.
is really neat.
For
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. And I mean, if you want to talk about funny moments, if anybody has ever spent any time with Lauren Blakey,
Oh my God.
one of our other advisors, she is the biggest joy to have in an office next to me because that girl, some of the things that she says, it entertains me all day.
She's
So
a
it's not-
golden retriever of a human.
She really is. And
Like,
anybody that knows me, that I give off a lot of black cat energy for giving, animal references. So you got the golden retriever and the black cat.
like,
So
what
there's
is
a lot of
happening here?
there's a lot of fun stuff happening down there. Hey, like I said, we're a lot of fun. So
Yeah. Right. So do you have like I know you have some things on your board that Blakey said. Can we throw out one of the one-liners?
yeah, this one she'll probably be really mad that I share this.
Yeah,
with
that's a good
classes.
one then.
So she had went on a vacation backpacking, and anybody who has talked to Lauren, that girl is so stinking smart. I mean, she can just
Yes.
off the cuff the questions, just so smart. When you go on vacation, a lot of times your brain tends to shut off, right? We talked about that. You shut your brain off. So they were backpacking. They must have been looking at trees or whatever. Obviously, I got this all secondhand, but Lauren stopped and looked at the people she was with and said, "What kind of tree does maple syrup come from?" And as I'm hearing this story recounted, I said, "You did not." And she just went into full, "Well, I was on vacation. My brain wasn't on, blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, "I'm never letting you live this down. I don't know why you shared this with me."
And
So
we've had a lot of fun with this.
I have. It is number one on I have a Laurenisms. You're correct. I have a Laurenism section on my whiteboard in my office, and I just kind of keep tally of kind of off the wall things that comes out of her mouth. But that's what makes it fun, right? And it's nice to have that
What's
dynamic.
funny is though because I'll check the board every once in a while, and then when I see her, she defends it. Like before I even get out, I'm like, I was reading the board. Well, you gotta hear, and there's no defending that.
No, and that's why I told her. I said, "Girl, you just be best to say, yeah, I said that, and just let it go." But that's what makes it fun, right? Is being able to have that dynamic with your team to where you can joke and you can have a good time. It makes the day go faster, and it just makes it to where then you can have the relationship with the customer. You're not so defensive. I feel like with a customer because you trust each other. Too with that. So. Yeah.
And then okay, so we also have Rachel on our team. So Destinee and Rachel both have a lot of littles. Okay, so mornings are chaotic and they're crazy.
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So many.
Well, there's like 9 of them between these two ladies.
And counting.
Yes, right.
So like,
There's a lot of times Virginia and I will sit back and laugh just listening about their crazy mornings and trying to get these kids ready for the sitters in school and and still because they've got a full day ahead of them, right? And we have a lot of fun.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
As somebody that has littles at home, we do not have fun. Okay.
I think that's very different stories.
She's not having fun.
We are because
Yes.
we don't have that chaos.
That's right.
I got punked by a 6-year-old this week. He said he was sick. He just wanted on the farm. You're in kindergarten. We have 12 years of this.
It's just starting.
Lord help me, seriously.
Yeah. So there's absolutely never a dull moment with this team ever.
Nope.
So,
Yeah.
but that's what helped. I mean, but also having that friendship and everybody being able to make fun of one another, it helps our team grow a lot, really,
Oh, yeah,
right?
for
Because
sure.
we trust each other.
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
and I think that's a huge benefit.
Yep.
Now, there's obviously times that you have to not be so funny, right?
Yep.
How do you guys, when it gets down to busy time, how do you stay grounded in that and stay effective, but also, keeping up with the stress, that kind of thing?
We rely on each other still.
Yeah,
Honestly.
I
Like, we still send like a quick message like, yeah, event or like help me or
yeah.
having a brain fart.
Yeah. No, and I agree with that. I was gonna say that's what really helps me
Yeah.
sometimes if I'm just like really frustrated or whatever it is, just like sending out that message to the team and then having that like reassurance or just somebody, oh my gosh, my day's been like crazy too, and just like that camaraderie kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that I think helps me a lot, and it kind of reminds you too why we do what we do. I
So
feel
you
like.
enjoy when I come down and see how your day is going.
I didn't say you.
I mean, that's probably one of the nicest things she said to you yet today, though.
I mean,
right?
honestly, yeah.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah.
So right, we all have stressful jobs, but we love what we do.
Yes.
But let's let our listeners, our viewers know a little bit more about you. Okay, so when you're not at work, what is something that you absolutely have a passion about, you love to do, or something that helps you unwind, whatever?
That's appropriate. No,
It has to be appropriate.
Podcast is appropriate. Denny.
Oh, really curious.
I mean, say a little captain. No, I'm just joking.
No, it's
Right?
No. I mean, we're with our family quite a bit, but I have addiction to coffee shops. I really like coffee whenever I can drop my kids off or say, oh, do you guys want hot chocolates? Which sometimes is a little stressful whenever they spill the hot chocolate everywhere. But I really like that. Or when I can, especially this time of year, go hunting, although it's kind of hard with littles and my husband's a farmer, so that can get a little bit tricky. But yeah, just honestly, just being at home helps hanging out with the kiddos. Yeah. So
Sure. Yeah, for myself, I'm a very avid bow hunter. That is literally Jackie. A lot of times this time of year, I'm like, hey, can I take some PTO? I've got this big buck on camera that I really want to go after. So yeah, that's what I spend a lot of my time doing is bow hunting. My husband and I, we enjoy, we have a spot on a lake in Michigan. We really enjoy going up there with our friends, fishing, boating, stuff like that.
Have you been invited?
I was just thinking. She said friends, and I don't remember.
we haven't either.
Yeah.
So.
I think
I
I did tell her that we should do like a big UCA event.
I don't know.
Agronomy, grain, go to Virginia's lake.
Yeah, I keep saying we need to have team building up there. It'd be a lot of fun. We could terrorize the lake together. But yeah, so definitely a big outdoors person for me. I love spending my time outside. So yeah, that's how I wind down.
Moving forward, what is one thing that excites you guys, about Mercer Landmark grain moving forward into the future?
Wow, it's still a potential. I feel like there's so much potential for growth. I feel like, just with our team, we have such a phenomenal team. I know we keep talking about that, but I really do believe we have such a great team that it's exciting to me, all the potential that there is out there for us to continue to grow the grain, business unit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. And then it's really nice to have Jackie. She challenges us quite a bit.
Yes.
So she's like, you guys are doing great, but let's try to, I want to challenge you on this spot just to help us grow even more, which I can see within a year's time, like me being here, my confidence has grown drastically.
Yeah.
Just having that support there. And then just the communication we have within the team. Virginia really likes technicals. And so just her sharing that kind of side of the charts is definitely something that's fun to discuss too.
For sure. And just being able to have that conversation within our team, because I feel like we have all of us ladies that have something we're good at our job as a whole, but we have like our little things. Like you said, I love charts and technicals. We all have our little niche thing that I feel like we can go to each other, and talk about that stuff and learn from each other. So that to me is really exciting too.
Yeah, I agree.
I talk to you and she yells at me. So
I love the silence because it makes him so nervous. I have so much fun with this. See, his face is already getting red, so it works.
Oh my god!
She just stares at me.
I mean, you are across the table from her. What else is she
Right?
supposed to stare at?
Make faces at you.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just start doing honestly.
okay, so we have very busy days, right? There are some days that it is just chaos. So on when and you never know, right? Like you can plan for it, but then something happens and your whole day shifts.
Yeah.
So what is something that you guys do maybe like throughout the day or whatever to make sure that you're staying on task or that you're getting everything accomplished that you had planned on? Like what does that look like for you guys?
I feel like day to day it's a little bit different, but sometimes when I know I'm extremely behind, I have a notebook, everything's written out, and if there's a target order that needs to be put in, I highlight that. Once it's done, I check it off.
Yeah.
Or going back in, just at the end of the day, check. Sometimes, I'm not going to lie, I'll wake up in the middle of the night and be like, oh, I forgot to do this. So I'll text myself it, so then I can get it
So,
done in the morning.
For reference, Destiny and I had a meeting, and she's telling me, "Oh, I woke up at 2:30 in the morning, thinking, did I do this? And do I send an email?" It's 2:30 in the morning.
You don't send an email.
I didn't. I'll text myself so I can
Shoot.
do it in the morning.
Yeah.
You can do a scheduled send. You can get up and type in and then just schedule it to be sent at 8 o'clock.
Oh,
That's what I do.
yeah. See?
Yeah. 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 No, I guess for me, sometimes, staying on task, sometimes it just takes, if you're really frustrated and it's like a busy, busy day for me, I just have to step away for a minute. And then what I do, I actually did this last night, is I just came back to it when I got home. Like I unwound for a minute and I'm like, okay, I'm refocused. My brain, this doesn't work for everybody, obviously. But then I'm like, okay, I've got things I need to be putting in. I've got, just little catch up things. Sometimes for me, that just really helps throughout the day, alleviate some of that, like, feeling. And I think helps in the long run at least for myself.
And I think getting out on the farm too is something that helps.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
I know we went out on a bunch of calls in the middle of harvest this last year, and it was challenging probably for you to leave, but it was nice to get out of it and
Yeah.
go out and see. So that's kind of a cool thing that I think.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, it's nice to put a face to the
Yes.
name. That's
Yeah.
I talk to someone on the phone all the time. I'm like, I've never met this person.
Yep.
Yeah.
And being able to see them, it's like, what? Hey.
Yeah.
It adds another layer of trust then
Yeah.
too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love getting out on the farm. Honestly, I've told Jackie this before. It's become one of my favorite things about this job is getting out, meeting guys. Sometimes it can be challenging because there's been times when you and I have gone out on, calls together and my phone starts blowing up, and trying to do stuff while, he's driving. I got my laptop in my lap, kind of thing. But I don't know. I love that part of it.
Yeah.
So we all know by now, right, that we've got a new NPS feed mill coming on. And that's going to bring some additional challenges for our team. I mean, making sure that we keep it supplied. We got to make sure our animals keep fed.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that adds an extra layer of stress, right?
Mm-hmm.
But some stress can be good.
Yeah.
I mean, so how do you guys, what does this look like for you guys, knowing what's coming ahead, knowing what our end user, demands are going to be?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like a lot of us have the mentality of bring it on.
Yeah.
Kind of that very competitive mentality, even though sometimes it can be negative for me, but I'm just a very
Me
competitive
too.
person.
Yeah, that's how I am too.
And so it's just like, okay, let's go. But we have the tools that we can utilize to make those calls, to reach out to those different customers, and I mean, if we get to know whatever, but it's a touch point with them each and every time, and at least let them know, hey, this is coming to you. This could be a great opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely.
For your guys' operation, especially like anyone that can't travel all the way far, and maybe we have to utilize the trucking, but they could even maybe bring it themselves and save that way. I mean, it's just
For sure.
there's so many different conversations that we can have with
Yeah.
this opportunity.
It just opens up the possibility. Then you saw I was sitting here rubbing my hands together, just like, yeah, bring it on kind of thing whenever you
Yeah.
brought that up, because we're very similar, I think, in that
Yeah.
way, where it's just like the competitive nature that we have.
Yeah,
It's exciting.
yeah, it is.
So do you guys, so throughout your career that you've had so far, do either of you have someone that has been like a mentor for you, that really stands out, that's encouraged you and helped you along the way?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I've had a couple. It's got you, Troy.
Do you need some water?
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you have a scratchy throat?
I texted her yesterday and said something along the lines of, because I needed lunch, and I asked her if she'd pick me up lunch, and she was acting like it was a burden on her life to do that. And I said,
No, I just said I'm going to this one spot.
I said, I brought you to the top with me. You could get me lunch. And she said, you are getting very brave.
Yeah,
And then-
I have given you a false sense of bravery, apparently, for you to say something like that to me. I'm not really quite sure where that came from, Troy.
But I was time to bring him back to earth. Is that
Correct,
right?
and that's what I did. And I made him eat Taco Bell, even though he does not like it, and he enjoyed it. So, but yeah,
For 10 minutes.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like when you get into these type of positions, you always have somebody that's there, right? And I mean, for me, I don't know if we want to name drop, but I will name drop. Jackie has been a really big mentor for me. I feel like she's a
Great.
I know
how that is.
I'm not doing that on purpose. It's the truth, because I just feel like even before I was in this position, I feel like you acknowledged, the potential, I guess, essentially, when I was just an admin. And you always kind of feel like nurtured that. And every time I've had a question or whatever, you bring me down to earth sometimes, because I do need that every once in a while, because I'll get like, ah! And she's like, girl,
Take a deep breath.
chill. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I just needed to get that out there, kind of thing. And so, yeah, I guess that's who it would be for me. And I mean, honestly, somebody else too was Jen Zartman, because I've worked alongside her for a very long time. I mean, she was one of the first, people that I learned anything from. It was, I think, fertilizer billing when I first started at Payne. So she's always been a really big driving force, like, a lot of positivity, always like, you can do it, always making sure if the opportunity was there, she's like, yeah, absolutely. I don't care, if that means I have to cover essentially for you for a day, training, whatever that is. I want you to be a part of that. So,
That's great.
yeah.
Yeah, so for me, I mean, I was actually in the medical field before I joined the ag industry. And so whenever I became an admin in the ag industry, I wanted to learn a little bit more about the grain side of things. And so actually a gentleman, Chris Hager, I don't know if you guys, he is one of the smartest people I've ever known.
He is fantastic.
He's so nice, so nice. And he actually helped me learn about the grain markets. And then eventually I was able to work my way up to be where I am, and eventually moved on from there. But then, yeah, so, and then since being here, definitely, again, like you said, because and again, we're not trying to puff up Jackie's head or anything, but there is
Have you not done their performance reviews yet? Is that what that's about?
there is though, but seriously, because going from the dynamic here is just, it makes you comfortable. And then whenever you are comfortable, you can just grow so much more. You're not stressed out, and it's nice. And I mean, she's been in the same positions that we have before.
Yeah.
And just life is chaotic, and so
Yeah.
it helps you grow.
So, fun fact that probably a lot of our growers don't realize is the three of us all started out as an admin. Destinee and I both in the feed side of things, and Virginia in the agronomy side of things. And so we each worked our ways up. And one of the things, Troy, you and I have talked about in several of our podcasts is the culture that we have at Mercer. And I truly feel, and I believe 100% that it is unlike any other culture, because we truly have leadership from the very top all the way down that encourages people to have that voice, right? To learn, to grow. We want to see that. We want to promote that.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Above the Mark.
Be sure to follow us on Apple and Spotify along with YouTube, and we'll see you next time.